Welcome to another Meeples and Milkshakes Board Game Cafe unboxing video. I'm Jim. We have about 10 boxes here, including some cool new things that we're gonna get right to. So let's see what we have. Okay, first up we have a restock of Axis and Allies 1942 second edition. This is a game that we have not been stocking consistently enough, and we keep getting people asking for it, so we brought a couple in to make sure that we have it. And then we have one copy of Brass Birmingham. We were running low on that. This is a hard to come by game. We waited many months for this to come out. I think we have only one copy left, so excited to see one more come in. And we were almost out of Cobble Fog, which is probably the most popular Unmatched set overall lately, other than of course the brand new one that just came out recently, which is the Little Red Riding Hood versus Beowulf set. This one has Dracula, Jekyll and Hyde, Invisible Man, and Sherlock Holmes, and you can mix and match these characters with the characters from the other sets. Now this one here is special ordered, but we have one more that will go on the shelf. This is Anachrony Essential Edition. Anachrony is an amazing heavyweight Euro worker placement resource management game with a very cool time traveling mechanic. Effectively you can well, it's hard to explain because it's time travel, but effectively you can request some resources from the future, and then your future self will send it back in time to you so that you can use it. So when you need something, you just say, I need it, and then boop, it appears because it came from the future. The trick, of course, is that in the future, you have to send those things back. Otherwise, how did they get there when you needed them? It's tricky, but you have to keep the space-time continuum whole. Otherwise, there's anomalies, and you don't want anomalies. It's a whole thing. This is a great game. I highly recommend this. It is gorgeous. It is amazing fun. It is a few hours of amazing fun, to be totally honest. It says 30 minutes per player, but your first game, if you play with a full player count, is probably a 3-hour game. But you're gonna love it, and you're gonna wanna play it again. This is Anachrony. Here is one of the cool new things. This is the Dungeons and Dragons, the Book of Holding. And let's open one up, see what it has. This one's mine, so I don't feel bad opening this at all. Been waiting for this for many months. Okay, so it says this journal belongs to, and there's a nat 20 there. Beautiful red dragon picture. And then we have graph paper, and then another cool picture, more graph paper, more graph paper, and more graph paper. And then you have a little folio here, a little file folder where I guess you can put your character sheet or other things. And there it is. This multi-purpose notebook will carry you through the next great adventure with grid pages, 5 pieces of original art, and a back pocket. That's what it says on the back. Accurate description. It's very cool. We have some of these already held for people who have been waiting for it for a long time as well, and the rest will be available on meeples.ca and in store. All right, so we do have a lot of exit games in this shipment. We have the Stormy Flight, the Forgotten Island, the Secret Lab. Of course, these are the single-time play escape room games by Cosmos, award-winning ones at that. They're a lot of fun and super popular here. We're constantly having to reorder them because we're constantly running out. I think it's pretty much every one that's been made is, all but one I think is in this shipment. There we go, let's pull those out. No, and then there's restock of Aqualin, which is a really neat game also by Cosmos. This is a 2-player game. School or get schooled, it says. Pull out the other one and we can look at it together. There we go. So yeah, it says it's getting pretty crowded here in the reef. Soon it will be packed to the gills with sea creatures. Before it fills up completely, you must group together as many matching sea creature tiles as possible to form the largest schools. You create schools by sliding a tile and placing a tile during your turn. One player schools sea creatures by color and the other by animal type. The bigger each school, the more points it's worth at the end of the game. So this is a very low luck, high strategy game with lots of player interaction. They say it's very easy to learn. For ages 8 and up, plays in 20 minutes. This has been getting more and more buzz as time goes on, and more people get a chance to try it. Marcelo Bertocci has a good one here, and happy to finally have more in. Now here we have CloudAge. I had never seen this edge of the box before. I'd only seen this blue edge, but check out the cool orange edge to that box. CloudAge. This is an amazing engine building, deck building, resource management campaign game by Alexander Pfister and Arno Steinvender, and it plays 1 to 4 players. And I am personally highly looking forward to getting a chance to play this myself. This is right up near the top of the list of the games that I want to play once I'm getting back together with my friends. Alexander Pfister is one of my favorite designers, and I have it on good authority that this is an amazing game. I know people who have finished this and are playing it, and they all love it. So we're happy to have more in. That's CloudAge. Look at that, packed with extra care. Yeah, well, I can't read the rest of it, but very nice. Single box for a single game. This is A War of Whispers. This is, I think, the first time I'm seeing this game in person. A game that I have personally been very keen on trying someday myself, but it'll have to wait, unfortunately, because there is a huge backlog of games that I need to play. This is another game by Starling Games, who make Everdell, another game that I still need to play. I know, crazy, right? But we can't take one for ourselves because everybody wants them. So here's another cool one from Starling, A War of Whispers. 5 mighty empires are at war for the world, but it is in the shadows that true power lies. Play as a secret organization, infiltrating councils, leveraging power, commanding armies, and remaking the world in your own image. Very good art, and very interesting game, and hopefully one that you'll enjoy as well. So this is A War of Whispers. Here's a game by Ryan Lesser that came out a few years ago. Let me see, 2014, and it's got reprinted. I had not heard of this until I saw it get listed as a restock at my distributor, and I went and looked it up because I didn't know it. It has very high rating on BGG. It looks very, very cool. Here, we can look at this together. There we go. The components are very nice. It has been reviewed very well. It was Sam Healy, from Dice Tower, who reviewed it, and he really liked it. And yeah, I thought, you know what? I think this is a game that some people in town are going to really appreciate, so I thought I'd bring it in. Looks very cool. That's High Heavens. Then we have a restock of the Bruce Lee set for Unmatched. This, you will need at least one other set that has a map and other characters to play, because it's just the Bruce Lee character. It's the only one right now, as far as I remember, that is an individual character and not individually playable. Very cool to play Unmatched with Bruce Lee. And then we have some miniatures. Oop, here we go. We have, these are all special ordered. We have a Dragonborn Paladin, a Dwarf Fighter, a Dwarf Cleric, a Dragonborn Fighter, and some zombies. Very cool. So, special ordered. If you would also like some D&D minis, let me know. There's a huge assortment of them that are available. I can send you a link to where you can see a massive list of them and browse them and see images, all of them, and you can just send me the list of the ones you want, and I'll bring them in. And usually get them in a week or less. Yeah, so there we go. Now, next up we have Codenames Deep Undercover 2.0. This is an adult version of Codenames. Codenames is a really fun word guessing game, a team-based game, and this is, I guess, a not safe for work version, a naughty version. So if that's what you like to try, then here it is, Codenames Deep Undercover. We have a couple copies of that available. Okay, like I said, lots of exit games in this shipment, and also we have a restock of L.L.A.M.A, which is a really cool kids card game. Actually, adults enjoy it as well, but it's mostly aimed at kids, ages 8 and up, for 2 to 6 players. There we go. Lots of that back in stock. And let's get through all these other exit games. A whole bunch more. Theft on the Mississippi, Polar Station, you name it. Pretty much everyone is here. I think maybe the Abandoned Cabin is the only one that is sold out right now at both distributors that carry them. Wow, there's a lot. Oh no, Abandoned Cabin is one of the ones we have. So I can't remember which one it is, but one of them was sold out at the distributor level. There we go. And then, very excited to see Targi and Targi the expansion being restocked. Targi is an awesome 2-player card game. I have played it quite a few times and I really love it. It is, I'd say medium weight game. It is not a basic game, but it's not hard. I mean, you gotta learn a bit, but it's not brutal. I mean, it's pretty approachable, honestly. It says age just 12 and up, so it's not too bad. Definitely a strategic game. I have not played the expansion yet, but I'm really looking forward to trying it. It has a bunch more cards and some new components. Looks pretty cool. Targi is so good. If you haven't tried it yet, you need to try it. And I do believe we have a copy in our library as well. What do you know? More exit games. Okay. Next up, restock of a very, very fun game. This is called Keyflower. I recently was reminded of this game because I had seen a tweet that said that the new Jeopardy champion, was it Jeopardy? No, it was, yeah, new Jeopardy champion was a big fan of Keyflower. And I was like, yeah, I'm a big fan of Keyflower too, and I think we're out of stock, so we should bring this back in. Keyflower is a great game. There are 4 seasons. You start with spring, then of course summer, autumn, and winter. And each round, you and your opponents are auctioning off these hex tiles that go into your village, and they all offer different actions that you and your opponents can use by placing meeples on them. Some very cool auction mechanics, very neat upgrading and resource management stuff going on here. Lots of different ways to score. At the beginning of the game, you get the winter tiles in hand, and you pick which ones you want to keep in play and which ones you're not going to keep in play. And then when it gets to the winter round, then those ones come out for auction. You don't get that benefit of foresight with the other seasons. The winter tiles are all like end game scoring oriented, so you get a bit of foresight onto what type of end game scoring tiles will be available for auction at the end of the game, so that you can plan your strategy around that if you want. Very, very neat game. It plays up to 6 players, which is also very cool, and it plays very well at 6 players. Usually played at 6. Usually we play this because there's 6 of us and we want something a little bit meaty, and this is just a great 6-player Euro game. So there it is, Keyflower. We have a couple of these in stock now. I think in our last unboxing we unboxed some copies of Scythe. Here's some more. We stocked up because this game is Usually it's feast or famine. Either it's available for us to bring in or we wait months and months and months. I do not want to be without this game in the store for months and months and months. So here's a couple more copies. Awesome game for 1 to 5 players. Beautiful components. It's a great game. It's got an awesome rule book too. And it has asymmetric factions that you play. Slightly different abilities for each one. The map is very well balanced. It makes a lot of sense at different player counts. Lots of different paths to victory, and very consistent rule set. Just love this game. Highly recommend it if you haven't played Scythe. You might have been dissuaded by all the hype when it came out. You know, some people, it's like, oh, that game is so hyped, there's no way it's that good. This game actually is that good, and it actually earned all the hype that it got. Not all the games do, but this one definitely does, 100%. And there's even some expansions that take it further, but the base game itself is just awesome. You don't really need expansions to enjoy it. So that is my recommendation for Scythe. Now, finally, is a game that I've been waiting for a while to come back in stock. I heard about this maybe 6 months ago, but it was unavailable. This is a pretty old game by Reiner Knizia, the legendary designer. Ingenious, the ultimate family strategy game. More than 1.3 million sold, they say. As you can see, there's a bunch of hex tiles and you're arranging them. And I have not played it yet, but many months ago when I found out about it, I read all about it and I was super excited. We should probably have a copy of this in the library, to be honest. It looks absolutely great. It was a 2004 Spiel des Jahres nominee, won lots of other awards. So like I said, 2004, it's a pretty old game, but it's still a great game, and happy to finally have it in. Now we have a restock of Tsuro, which is a great family game for up to 8 players. This is a special game, not only because it's really good and really fun, but because it's super fast and super fast at 8 players. There is player elimination in this game, but it's so fast that it's not like, oh, now I have to sit there and do nothing for forever, like Risk or something like that. No. This game is fast. It says 15 to 20 minutes. Honestly, 20 minutes is a very long game. Most games are probably even shorter. This game here, you are going to be placing tiles on the board, and then your little stone has to keep tracing the path, and you want to keep your stone on the board. If it ends up hitting the edge of the board, you are out, or if you hit another player's stone, you're both eliminated. So it's last person standing, and lots and lots of fun. So easy to learn, and very quick to play. Great with kids as well, but you know, we usually played this with adults at our board game meetups and things like that. Can't speak highly enough about this, but it's also kind of hard to get. It's constantly selling out, and then we wait a couple months to get it again. So very excited to see Tsuro back in. Now, Robin Hood versus Bigfoot is another set for Unmatched. This, you could play Robin Hood versus Bruce Lee, or Bigfoot versus Bruce Lee. This contains a map that's meant for 2 players, and the 2 characters with their cards and everything, and their sidekicks, of course. Very, very cool. And the Bigfoot miniature, I don't know if you get a close-up of that. The Bigfoot miniature looks pretty, actually they both look pretty sick, but that one's really cool too. And yeah, recently Restoration Games tweeted sending props to their designers, that the company that makes all of their models for them. If you look up their Twitter account, you can find it, and you can see this company. They make all kinds of really cool models that they make available for download, like STL files, so you can 3D print them, which I think is really neat. And they're big fans, and yeah, really neat. So there we go, Robin Hood versus Bigfoot. Now we have more Throw Burrito, because apparently I can't bring in enough Throw Burrito. Again, this is a game that we're not going to put in our library because you're supposed to throw these burritos, and we just don't want people throwing things in the cafe, sadly. So even though it's a really cool, fun party game for 2 to 6 players, ages 7 and up, you won't find it on the black shelves over there, but you will find it on the white shelves over here with all of our other games that you can take home. Throw Burrito. Now, this is a game that I know very little about, other than it's another Reiner Knizia game. I believe it's a remake, and there's a lot of buzz about this right now. 2-player game, and of course 2-player games are all the buzz right now. So IELO has made this available, Royal Visit, and we only have a couple of copies. Neither of them are spoken for, but if you are interested in this really cool strategy game by Reiner Knizia and published by IELO, then here it is. You can see the back as well. There you go. It says, invite the court to your duchy, use the powers of the jester and wizard, gain influence, and win the game. Prestige awaits your family if His Majesty and his court accept the invitation to visit your magnificent chateau. Alas, your detested neighbor has the exact same idea. Discover this engaging strategy game by Reiner Knizia. There you go. Looks really neat, and yeah, come check it out. So that is it for our unboxing video. That's all the boxes that we have for today. I'm really pumped to finally see that D&D Book of Holding that we've been waiting for forever. Excited to see a restock of Anachrony and Keyflower and Targi and Cobble Fog, the War of Whispers with the fancy single game packaging. Wow, wow, wow. High Heavens, I hope will make a comeback and get some attention because it looks really fun. And of course, a restock of CloudAge, which plays great at 2 players, by the way. It's a campaign that you can play at 2 players. You'll really enjoy it. That looks to be one of the best games, new games of the last year, or, well, it just came out a couple months ago, I guess. So let's just say probably one of the best new games of 2021 at this point. So there we go. Thanks again for watching these videos. If you enjoyed it, give it a good thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Share it with your friends. Sharing it on Facebook and Twitter and things like that is very, very helpful for us. So thank you to those who do. We would love to see you come in this weekend at the cafe. We're open, well, today's Wednesday night. This will probably go up on Thursday or Friday or something like that. But Thursdays we're open till 9, Friday, Saturday open till 10, and then Sundays are open till 6. So we'd love to see you come in with your family, play some games, have a milkshake, have one of those amazing Basque cheesecakes or sticky toffee puddings. We have some other amazing snacks as well as, you know, maybe you come in for lunchtime and you have a waffle or a sandwich. Oh, the sandwiches are so good. I keep on going back and forth on which is my favorite. Right now, the chicken and brie is my favorite. Oh, it's just to die for. So, again, thanks for watching. Until next time, be safe, kind, and calm. Look forward to seeing you soon. Thanks. Bye.